We are now at NBA playoff time, nut cutting time. We just watched the Skip Bayless GOAT debate between LeBron and Michael Jordan. LeBron's Lakers are the 3 seed in the West, and we're going to make some picks for our NBA champions this year. I know where you're going to go, but I want to see how you get there. Let's do a NBA playoff bracket creator. All right. Let's go. Is this the right? Nope, that's not. There's got to be a pick'em. There we go. Oh my God, is this a? What are we doing? This isn't sponsored, buddy. Okay. Can we just click one and then it? Okay, cool. All right. So we'll call this your bracket. All right. Let's go ahead and look at some of the teams here. Hold on. I know you ain't been super locked this year. That's impossible to look at. We'll do that. You can see that, yeah?
Yeah.
So as of tonight, let me make sure that we just wrapped up the play-in games really quickly. We don't have full knowledge, actually, because the play-in games are still yet to be determined. But,
okay.
Yeah. So I think we still have... Hold on one second. I think we still have... Yeah, bro. We still have to have the Heat play the Hawks and the Mavericks play the Grizzlies for the 8 seed games. So that's still up for grabs. Outside of that, we'll do some picks. Are you saying, though, that regardless of who wins these playing games, you're going the other way?
Yeah, I got OKC,
okay.
Right?
OKC takes first round in the West. How many games does it take if they play either the Mavs or the Grizzlies?
6.
OKC 6. Tell you what, that Grizzlies series, though.
Yeah.
Never know. All right, then you have the 4 versus 5 in the Western Conference, the Nuggets and the Clippers. Clippers had a strong end to the season. The Nuggets fired their head coach and fired their GM on the last week of the season. Not to say that should matter, but it probably is going to.
Kawhi healthy?
Kawhi is now healthy and playing.
And Harden's healthy?
Yes. Actually, Harden's been playing really well down the stretch.
Right?
Yeah. Same with Kawhi.
I'm following my same formula, which is like the old school formula. Like if I feel like you guys can put more, whoever team can put more pressure on the rim and can get easier buckets. Some team can win by just like shooting lights out. And like Kawhi can have a great series, but I mean the thing with the freaking coaching thing is like
I don't think Kawhi
is Aaron Gordon healthy for the Nuggets?
Let me check.
And Jamal Murray, are they healthy?
Jamal Murray is the bigger question, I think. But Aaron Gordon is a big part of that team.
That 2-man game that they have with Aaron Gordon, he just gets to like everyone forgets about this guy who used to be like a low tier all-star on the Magic. Matters, bro, because that dude plays above the rim.
Norman Powell's gonna have to play well, I think. Zubac's gonna have to play well. Jesus, what just happened?
Yeah, if they, oh man.
All right, it's 3 days ago. So it looked like from a couple days ago, they were probably resting him. He's had the hamstring. I'm sure he's able to go and he's going to play.
Hamstring. What about? But Gordon to me is a bigger because obviously with Kawhi, I just feel like the guard play is going to might be better than the Clippers.
Again, been cleared to play. I don't know if we're going to see. Yeah, he's a 15-4 guy. I think they're both going to be. They're going to be playing. I don't know how that means.
I got
healthy
Nuggets
or not.
7.
I like that pick. I like that.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on. The Lake Show taking on the T-Wolves, the 3-6 game.
Yeah, I got Lakers, dude. I do not believe in Anthony Edwards anymore. He's been shooting lights out.
He's been playing well.
He has been, but he's been shooting lights out, and he's a guy who's starting to fall in love with the 3, and he's been shooting well.
You think that's a deterrent coming into the playoffs because your game leaves you there, and you ain't had the inside game, and
you start to fall in love with it. And if you as a player like him going against like Laker team, you want to be as a dominant guard. You want to be slashing through, putting pressure on getting the other team into foul trouble.
Yeah.
Breaking other defense, getting other guys involved, being a playmaker, and being above the rim guy, getting to the foul line 10 to 50 times a game. That's who Anthony Edwards is, and he's going to be a spot-up shooter. If he's just coming as a shooter, I'm like, I don't know if I believe in Anthony Edwards as a 3-point shooter to take you into the playoffs with a team that doesn't have a dominant big man. Towns is gone. You have Randall, but
Randall's nice.
Enough. He's nice, but
it's a matchup. He's a matchup problem too, though.
It's got to be MJ. It's got to be.
It's gonna be interesting watching LeBron. I assume is the guy that you're gonna have to go. Okay, your assignment's Julius Randle. Randle's a monster on the boards, especially too. What are you saying? Lakers in?
I'm going to say 6.
Lakers in 5. Okay, Lakers in 6. We move on. The 2-7 matchup, Rockets and Warriors. A lot of people picking the Warriors here.
Ooh.
Younger Rockets team.
The Warriors have a struggle season, but Jimmy
played
Butler
insane the other night.
And he tends to play up in the playoffs.
And when he gets on in the playoff run, he goes 2018 LeBron levels.
He's like AI.
Remember the bubble Jimmy?
Practice?
Jimmy took that Heat team to a position they should not have been in that finals and was balling. Kept him in that series. Took it to 6 games when it probably should have been a sweep from the Lake Show. And he dropped 34 in the play-in game the other night to give the Warriors the win.
The Warriors just made them into the Warriors. The Rockets just give me that. I don't know what year it was. The Atlanta Hawks.
The Hawks vibe, yeah. The number 1 seed Hawks vibe where they got swept by LeBron in the second round.
They had 4 All-Stars, which was
got swept.
Absolutely criminal to have Jeff Teague, Kyle Korver, Paul Millsap.
It was probably
Al Horford as your 4 All-Stars is crazy.
Jeff Teague played pretty well that year, but
yeah, but you're saying the reason they had 4 of them is because
it was the number 1 seed, yeah.
Like, wow, this is such a good team. We don't know how to put it, so let's just take 4 guys. Like, bro, okay.
It's like when Draymond makes All-Star games. What are we saying? Warriors and what?
At least Draymond is like a, defensive player of the year. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh man,
a lot of fans picking the Warriors. I like the pick.
It makes sense. Warriors is 7.
I like that.
Got to give some respect to the 2 seed.
How about the Cavs? Best team in the East. I know that hurts your heart.
Give me Cavs.
Cavs easy here against either the Heat
5.
or. Oh wow, okay, 5. The Pacers and the Bucks. Not gonna lie, I don't know dog shit about the Pacers right now outside of Halliburton. What they got going on?
The same reason I'm picking the Cavs because they got
the X factor on the floor has got to be Giannis in this series
and the interior.
Yeah,
if I look at the Pacers and Bucks. Give me Giannis. Giannis in 6.
Knicks and Pistons. Young Pistons team shaking things up down there. Having
Knicks.
No one thought they'd produce at this level. Knicks in
7.
I was gonna say I think this is more of a sleeper series than people are giving it credit for. The Pistons play really good defensively. They're scrappy in the playoffs. It's kind of rewarded. So, and then your C's versus the Magic, who just won their spot in the play-in game.
Celtics.
In 6, probably. 6. You think it's gonna
go? Dude,
you never know. Yeah, Vax, yeah.
They just love to just be like, we got this.
Yeah.
They annoy me, and they should sweep them. But because of that, they won't. They're going to lose 2 games. Jaylen Brown's going to, I don't know. Tatum's going to, I don't know. It's just going to.
It's just going to be harder than it needs to be.
I don't love that team.
Thunder and the Nuggets in the first Western Conference semifinal.
We have to just think that they're going to be healthy.
Let's say the Nuggets are completely healthy after a 7-game series. But you had the Thunder going 6.
Thunder,
I just don't like the way the Thunder play basketball, man.
Team. I know they're a very good defensive team, though. Got Lou Dort.
They're long as hell. Pause.
Trouble.
But does Lou Dort cause trouble for Jokic if it comes down to
That's the thing. If I'm following my rule and I stay true to my rule.
Yeah. But then again, you have so much chaos around the Nuggets right now, dude. This may be that year where they just implode completely and reset it. And they have good players. It's not like, I mean, they clearly, the ownership of the Nuggets thought it was a front office and coach problem because they have a great team. This team has taken them to the finals.
But I feel like Jokic is like,
watch this.
You give him a reason.
Watch this.
To play basketball.
I'm not about to go play with my horses and shit. Watch this, dude.
Yeah, dude.
And also, Jokic freaking averaged a triple-double this year, dog. Like, just finished the year crazy.
And I think it's on purpose. People say he doesn't care, but while everyone's saying he shouldn't be in the,
watch this.
One of them, like he shouldn't be one of those guys in the upper echelon.
Watch this. Yep. Hold this, Shaq. Barbecue chicken.
Yeah. Let's go Jokic and the Nuggets.
Serbian chicken. Ooh, what are you saying? How many games?
I don't know if they can. I'm like, if it goes 7, it scares me. I said they have to do it in 6.
6. This is the series everybody wants to see.
Ooh,
the Lakers and the Warriors. Steph and LeBron one more time for one time's sake. What are you saying?
I'd take the Lakers.
Why?
I don't know. I just feel like Luka in that backcourt and Reeves and those boys. I know Steph obviously is him and Jimmy, but then LeBron is a front court player with Draymond, and Draymond is just not what he used to be.
Right.
Doesn't have the same impact, you know what I mean?
I can see Draymond getting his team in trouble in a series like this too, man. Yeah, I can see him getting, a little feisty with the referees, getting a couple of tees, putting himself in a bad spot, maybe having a suspension, maybe getting – yeah, I could just see something happening.
Draymond is younger than LeBron, right?
But he plays a lot older, yes.
You see what I'm saying? Like, it just feels like –
perpetually under the rim at this point. What are you saying? Lakers in what? I can see this being a 7-game series.
Yeah, that's fine. Let's say 7.
Yeah, I can see that. Oh, my God. Can you imagine?
Cavs and Bucks.
Cavs and Bucks, man.
Give me the Cavs.
Okay.
Cavs and 6.
Okay. Cavs playing that well this year for you, huh?
Give me Boston.
Boston
in 5. Get those Knicks out of there.
Sorry, get them out of there. That's a great little rivalry too, man. Revisited. Okay. Yep. Western Conference Finals. The Nuggets only picked by 5% of fans to get to this point versus the Lakers, who have only been picked by 39% of fans to get to this point.
Wow.
I wonder if you would have went Warriors. Huh, interesting. So the Lakers seem like the team.
What, they got the Rockets or T-Wolves or something?
I'm looking. No. Must be the T-Wolves? No. It's the Lakers that have gotten the best have gotten the best odds so far. What'd you say in 7? I don't remember what you said. Warriors in 7. Okay. So Lakers and Nuggets. What are we saying? A rematch, a trilogy rematch from the last 2 playoff cycles. Can the Lakers finally get over Joker?
I don't know.
Bro, if the Nuggets come into this thing hot and Aaron Gordon's playing well and Jamal's making shots and Jokic is distributing the basketball and he's doing his thing inside, bro, it's going to be a nightmare. Because the things the Lakers did to pick up offense,
gonna have to play defense
against Joker
in the conference finals after tough series, and he's 40.
It's going to be after a 7-game, in your opinion.
I want him to because I want to do Lakers and Celtics, but just to say that LeBron loses again. But
that's crazy. If he beat your Celtics, I said Celtics. That's hilarious. If he beat your Celtics again, though, it'd be tough for you.
Okay. I'm gonna go Nuggets.
Okay.
I'll follow my rule.
Nuggets in
6.
Wow, LeBron's just so old they can't even push it to 7, huh?
Yeah, dude.
Luka just not making shots. Cavs and Celtics.
Give me Boston. In 7. Boston in 7. Cavs, this team, tough team, you know what I mean? We gotta give it to them.
So we're going Nuggets and Celtics in the finals, son. Joker is carrying this team, dragging them, him and Jamal Murray. And what do you say? Your Celtics battled through a tougher than usual East. Not saying they're tougher than the West because the West was clearly a better conference, but tougher than usual East to get to this point.
I'm gonna pick Joker, dude.
Joker to upset
Follow my rule.
the
I feel like
entire
God,
league.
maybe not healthy.
Would this be the greatest? Would this be the greatest playoff series run? Would this be the greatest playoff run ever if he did this? With no head coach and no GM on the last week of the season?
That part of it as make it crazy. I wouldn't say that because of what Dirk did, dude. Dirk to me, what Dirk did is too crazy.
Against that Heat team too. I guess
that whole run, like,
way, yeah. And Dirk was old as shit, by the way, too.
And a power forward with centers still in the league, and also other power forwards that he's going against.
Yeah, that was cold.
7.
7-game series, and you picked against your Celtics. What a terrible non-fan you are. Unbelievable. You have the Nuggets.
If I pick them,
it's bad. It's bad luck, huh?
Bad luck, dude.
All right, so you have the Nuggets in a 7-game series. Let's refresh, and I'm going to pick mine. I am going to go. Okay, we're just clicking all this stuff here. Reset it. Okay, so I don't think these Thunder, if Memphis makes it, get out of the first round. I'm going to tell you that right now.
Wow.
They're so young, and I watch them, and I worry about what happens if your main scorer in SGA does not get these calls he's used to getting. And I know that's a major talking point, but it's a real one. And in a playoff series where you're the first team looked at to be the next wave of Thunder, this new wave of talent, I think that they could really be in for a I don't think Dallas gives them any problems, but I'll say Thunder, and I'm going to say a 7-game series. Let me go with, that's not what I'm picking. I'm going to take, I still think Joker is just too consistent. I think there's just, we'll see what Zubac does. If Zubac's able to hold him, these Clippers, if they're still hot and Kawhi plays great, and all the chaos surrounding the Nuggets right now.
Yeah.
But I'm still with you. I think they get it done. They might push it.
7.
They might push it to 7, though. I think that's where. This series scares me, man, because I just don't trust. I don't know. I've seen Luka be a little inconsistent since coming to the Lakers. He'll have a great game, then have a shit one. AR has been the most consistent player on this Lake Show team since the break. LeBron has been up and down. His shot hasn't come back from the groin injury, really. Like, he hasn't had a consistent week of, like,
the injury.
25 plus. I'm a little scared there, but I do think they have enough to get past the T-Wolves. I'm going to say they do it in 6 to try to save LeBron's old legs. What do I got here? The Rockets and Warriors. I'm also going to pick against the Rockets, man. I just think the Warriors have found a way to not replace Klay Thompson, but the other kid, the lefty they have, is making shots. I don't know his last name. It's hard to pronounce, something with a P, but he's making shots. Steph is making shots. Jimmy is playing out of his mind right now. The momentum that they have coming into this, and off of a tough game in the play-in, to be fair, I think this is going to be a battle season team. Draymond is still there as an emotional leader. I think they get it done before 7. Give me Warriors in 6. Cavs probably sweep. Let's be honest. You know what? They're a young team. Give me 5. I might go a little crazy here and pick the Pacers in the 4 spot. I don't even know why, because like I said earlier, other than Halliburton, but then again, you have playoff experience, championship experience on this side with the Bucks. Give me Bucks in 6. The Knicks and Pistons. Give me the young Pistons to choke the life out of the Knicks once again, dude. Yes. Damn, okay. Because why not? Great. These Knicks are not good at winning clutch basketball games. They haven't been for a very long time as an organization. I think the curse still lives. Pistons in 7. Give me the Celtics. Fairly easy. 5 games over the Magic. Get them out of here. And then we're going to work backward. I think the Celtics do it in 6 against the Pistons. I'll take the Bucks over the Cavs here.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that Giannis starts playing out of his mind again, and we get another little.
He has been balling, bro. 30 and what is he? 30
I'm saying,
10,
I think he goes a little crazy here. You're going to need supporting cast. I get all that, but give me the Bucks in 7 to make this crazy. This is the series that worries me because when I watch the Lakers play the Warriors, it's a matchup nightmare watching these Warriors make shots.
Yeah.
I don't know that defensively the Lakers have an answer for Steph off screens, and when he gets the ball, he's a maestro. Draymond setting picks up top. You have Luka, who's somewhat of a liability defensively. Your big man doesn't make as much of a difference in Jackson Hayes to really affect Draymond at all. And if LeBron's not having a great game shooting the ball, you're in some real trouble. If LeBron plays like he did at the end of the season, worries me, man.
I was even thinking too, if you run your offense through Jimmy as well, because Jimmy is different than Clay because he's an interior
and he's a fucking bucket from the freaking elbow, dude. He is a bucket, son. This worries me a lot, man. I don't want to pick the Warriors, and I'm not gonna. But I'm going to say it takes a 7-game hard series out of this. And I think Luka, honestly, is the difference offensively. I think LeBron does take the backseat thing here. And Luka goes full Dallas last year in the playoffs mode and goes stupid in some of these games. 40-plus, I'm saying, in some of these games. And that's what it's going to take. Dude, I hate putting myself in the same position you were in, but I just don't see the Thunder beating the Nuggets. Even without a head coach, I don't see it. Unless, again, maybe SGA goes stupid. You know what I mean? But I just don't see what answer you have for the big man. He's playing out of his mind, and like you said, with a statement to make, give me them in 7. I'll take the Lakers over the Nuggets. I think this is the final. This is the year. Even if you don't have an answer for Joker, I think that the Nuggets don't have an answer for the 3-headed monster. If Luke is playing out of his mind, which I'm assuming he is coming into this series, there's really no stop for him. There wasn't a stop last year either for him at this time in the playoffs. Granted, you had Kyrie cooking as well, but it was mainly Luka doing his thing, son. And I think if LeBron does take a backseat and becomes potentially more of a slashing 2 or not a slashing 2, but a slashing wing, and you give him a little bit more of a defensive responsibility, how does that affect Joker? They have matched him up in single games. It hasn't been a series, but in single games, he's played well defensively against Joker in pockets, and I think that's helped him out a little bit. But late into the run, it's going to take everything. So we're talking about a 6, a 7, a 7 leading into this playoff final. I'll take the Celtics in 6 here. You know what? No, I'll give it a little tougher there. And this is why, if we get here, it's got to be the Celtics. Because you put LeBron on a 6-7-7 at 40 without a major miracle, and maybe LeBron is just LeBron and is able to do it. Now, you know what? Fuck this. I'm delusional. Give me my GOAT in 6 to take out these Celtics, dude. If he does it, he's the GOAT, and I don't want to hear anything about it. I'll take the Lakers in 6, son. And listen, this is a fan poll, but they do have 29% of the fans, which would be the largest percentage of fans picking the Lakers to win this final over the 26% of your Celtics. I'm
afraid to say I'm about to say, but I'm like, if LeBron wins,
he's the GOAT, bro. If he wins with a substantial amount of production.
Right.
Like if Luka goes stupid and averages 40 in every playoff series, it's like, all right, bro, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Which he did last year in Dallas, you know, but
right,
if LeBron if it's like a two-headed monster of LeBron going 28 a game and Luka with like 29, 30, 31, even if LeBron don't win the finals MVP, I'm going, bruh.
Yeah, because then he really has done something that
Mike never 40. Could. Yeah.
Like 40 is crazy.
Imagine he does win the MVP. You know? All right, that's what I think. Lakers in 6 over your Celtics.
Are the returning champs, you know what I mean?
That would be a huge win. But listen, we have no idea. It'll probably end up being somehow the Thunder and the Celtics, or the Thunder and the Cavs. If it's the Thunder and the Cavs, dude, you want to talk about the worst playoff ratings ever? Bro, no one's watching that finals. I'm just saying.
It's like Panthers and Bears or something.
Yeah, bro. That's freaking Texans and fucking
Panthers. That's what it is.
Panthers, yeah. Panthers and Saints out of the same division somehow. Flipping conferences and playing each other in the Super Bowl, dog. That's what it is. Panthers and fucking Falcons.
I can't take no loss. I don't even know what it costs.